Well, all right. Good Tuesday morning to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all? Morning. Again. Early morning. Well, 4:30, 4:25, something like that. Not as early as it sometimes is. But anyway, so yeah, Tuesday morning. And working our normal day shift today, so everything's good there. Something that's not normal around here, but they got some good coffee. I'm enjoying a good cup of coffee. That part's not unusual. But the coffee came from Alaska. Tundra Mud. And it says, Tundra Mud, northern coffee with an attitude. From out of the north comes this delicious coffee to keep you going through the long summer days and those cold winter nights. We have long summer days, not a lot of cold winter nights here. But anyways, from Palmer, Alaska. And this says that it's a medium roast, but I'm telling you, it's a good roast. I put about an extra extra scoop over what I normally would, made it bold, and it's a good coffee. Even if it does say medium roast, it's definitely on the dark side of medium. So that's really good. My buddy Trout Whisperer sent that to me from up in Alaska, along with some really nice cigars that I really appreciate. Thank you for that, sir. I owe him some cigars. I've been meaning to send him some, and I'm terrible about sending stuff out. But anyway, there we go. Palmer, Alaska. I flew over Palmer, Alaska one time. Today is Tabac Tuesday, so we're just going to go with the Tabac soap. I haven't done Tabac Tuesday in a while, I think. And we got that old flat top Frank shaving knot in the custom handle from Canada. My buddy 999 up there. There we go. So we got that going on. And we're going to finish up with some British Sterling, because I love my British Sterling. So I've been shaving with a bunch of newer stuff here recently, and I'm going into withdrawals. So today is the Camp Brother Star. And this is the one that was made to go with the Cru-Steel blades. So it says on the top, I've got it covered up by treat blade. But it says on the top there to use only Cru-Steel blades. Well, sorry, I do have some of those, but, vintage blades. I don't. So anyway, this is going to take a modern treat blade, which will work just as good, I am sure. So yeah, Palmer, Alaska. They were having the state fair when I flew up there. I was living in Arizona, Tucson to be exact, captain of a patrol company there. And my mom and dad, at the time, my dad worked for a company that had its home office in Anchorage, right out at the airport. It was a helicopter company. But anyway, and he had gone out up there. They were going out for a week on the company boat to do some halibut fishing. Halibut and cod and different things like that. And Mom was going to be up there by herself. And she wanted to play bingo. So I flew up there. They paid for the ticket, actually. Mom did. The company they worked for was considered it was an airline. They also had an airline in Alaska. And so they got the standby rates and everything and flew me up, and I went up and played bingo with Mom, and we drove all over the place. We put, I don't know how many miles on a rental car, but we did a bunch of it. Went up Turnagain Arm and up to the north up there, and you get up there, and I can't remember the name of the little town up there, but they had a jade factory, and they made all kinds of stuff. It was really neat. You go in, and they had this big, what looked like a crosscut saw, was sitting there cutting on a big slab of rock, jade's a rock, and had water dripping on it as it was going backwards and forward. Big glass window where you could see what was going on. But it was really neat. At the time, that's before I started working surveillance, but I had been a dealer in the casino, so I was a dice and roulette dealer. So I got me some jade dice, which I still have. Pretty neat, actually. It was a lot of fun. But we took a sightseeing trip, flight seat. It was a DC-3. If you don't know what a DC-3 is, it's a World War II transport plane. One of my favorite planes of all time. I'd always wanted to fly on one, and Dad was able to, the same company owned a couple of them up there they used for flight seeing. And one of them was down, so they just had the one going. But we were able to get a flight on it and flew out over Prince William Sound. Just kind of stuck the nose. There was a big storm over the Sound, so we didn't get to go far. But one of the things we did was flew over Palmer, Alaska, and the state fair was going on. So that was pretty neat, looking out the window there. It wasn't deep winter or anything. There was snow around, as I recall, but and it wouldn't get completely dark. It would get real dusty dark, but it wouldn't get completely dark. That's a neat trip. Going to play bingo with Mom. She loved the bingo. Alright, so the Camp Brothers Star, these things are just such great razors. They just shave so easy. It's so nice. I've got a treat blade that had a couple of uses on it. I don't know how many. It's one that I used and then set aside because it was still good. And it's just nothing compares to just a classic shave. Now I've said before that this brush, as you can see, it's pretty floppy. It really is. And I thought about pulling the knot out, trying to pull the knot out, or replacing. It's not a real expensive knot, and maybe replacing the knot and trying to get it where it's got a little more backbone. And I don't think I'm going to mess with it. The thing looks cool, especially when it's after you dry it off and it's got that nice flat top bloom to it. And as you can see, it works fine here. This is the Tabac soap, like I said. Smells like a big old bucket of German goodness in here, I'm telling you. I know some people like Tabac and some don't, but I does. So anyway, the upshot of it is I think I'm going to leave the brush just like it is. It's got a beautiful handle at 999 Patrick turned. And I do still have one more handle of his. I've still got to get a knot bar that I've not gotten around to. I know, surprise, surprise, surprise. But, oh, what did I shave it for? I love starting the day out with a good shave and a good cup of coffee. I'm not real big on the artisan coffee roasting, expensive, whatever. I'm not big on it. Matter of fact, I have been known to make fun of people that's what they drink. They go down and they buy it and they drink it, and especially the ones that are kind of pretentious about it, in my opinion. But just because I won't buy it don't mean I won't drink it, especially when a friend sends it. That whole bag will get drunk up. Won't be long. Probably part of it will get mixed with a good dark roast with some chicory. That's going to be good too. Oh boy. But, it's fine just the way it is. That's the good thing about it. But their medium roast, I'd call that a light dark roast. But it is good. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying my coffee. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, there we go with 2 passes with the Cru-Steel. Now actually I realize it's the Camp Brothers. The Cru-Steel was the blades. It's kind of like the Damascenes. And the Damascene razors were made to sell the blades. I mean, that's where apparently that's where the money was in the marketing scheme, was selling blades. So, they had the Damascene razors, used only Damascene blades, and you had the Cru-Steel here. There were some others that I'm not going to be able to remember right off the top of my head. But anyways, I still call it a Cru-Steel because that's what's written on it. And it's one of the nicer sets that I have, that I've acquired over the years. Alright, check that out. Ain't that nice? I'm telling you, we got a good featherweight shave yesterday, and we've been shaving with some of the newfangled stuff, seeing how it does. Now the answer to the question is they do great. Razor's a razor, blade's a blade. But it's just something about shaving with these old things. I just love these old razors. So let's get us some witch hazel going here. There we go. Not bad at all. That's also the only time I've ever been to California, by the way. We on the way back, we flew in, you come out of Alaska and you go to SeaTac. On the way up, I left out of Tucson, went to SeaTac, and then went up to Anchorage. on the way back, we had an extra stop in San Jose, California. I didn't get off the plane. We were just picking up people, just a quick little turnaround thing. But that is the only time I've ever been in California. Was during that flight. I'm okay with that, by the way. I know there's good people in California and everything, but for the most part, California probably doesn't want me there, and I'm okay with that. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Nice little shave this morning. Enjoyed chatting with you. Folks got on their cruise the other day, so they're headed out to the Bahamas. Ought to be fun. I hope the parts of the Bahamas that got hit with a hurricane are getting better. I haven't seen anything recently. You get all the coverage as it's happening, and then everything just kind of peters out because it's not a sensational story anymore. But hopefully they're recovering nicely. And maybe some of the... It's good that some of the ports were still open to get that tourist money in there to help. But anyway, so there we go. So look, y'all have a great day. I got to get ready and get on to work. I'm going to make this a quick little shave for Tabac Tuesday with the Cru-Steel. Look how nice that thing looks. You know, the blade goes in. It's got the little lever in the back there that goes up. It holds everything forward up against the blade stops and everything. That's what it looks like head on. This one is actually a closed comb. It's not one of the open comb models. And man, it just shaves really well. It's got the hole in the handle for the stropper, which is in the case. I do have all that. That's just nice. It's just really simple on the back. Don't know where the hiccups came from. They need to go away. So anyway, that was my shave for today. Hope your shave is as good. Hope your coffee is as good, and I hope your day is as good. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.